install this bubble edge trim on the lower windshield. Welcome to the shop. For today I'm installing Extreme Metal Products flip up windshield on my 2020 Turbo Racer. Now I've already went ahead and got everything out of the package. I make sure that I've got everything here that I need. And also on this lower section of the windshield, I went ahead and put the rubber seal around the bottom. I went ahead and removed the plastic coating on both sides. And the instructions say these two brackets, it says to mount these on the machine and then bolt the windshield to those brackets. But if you do that, I found these two nuts here really hard to access. So I went ahead and measured the outside diameter of my cage. And I measured that on the inside here and installed both these brackets and went ahead and tightened them down. You don't have to tighten these two. You can tighten these top ones later on, but I went ahead and tightened these lowers. Not super tight, but I've got them good and snug up. That way I ain't got to worry about it. On this hinge, on these three middle ones, I'm going to go ahead and use the 3/4 inch bolts with nuts on the back side. In order to do this, you're going to want to remove these two cage bolts. With this lower section in place and lined up with my original cage bolts, I'm going to go ahead and start and reinstalling these bolts. With those two loosely installed, I'm going to go to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my light bar, and I'm going to install the upper metal section. If your machine is factory, you're most likely going to have Torx bolts up here, but when I install these light bar brackets, I replace those Torx bolts with the bolts and nuts. So I've got a nut on the inside I got to remove. When you install this bracket here, you're going to make sure that your visor goes down between these two metal brackets. So when you do it, you just slide it. Then we can take your bolts. Next, I'm going to take these rubber coated straps, put them around the outside of the cage, and run the 1 inch long bolts. Next, I'm going to go ahead and peel back some of this protective coating. Set this upper section in place. Next, I'm going to take these two billet clamps and install them. It says 3 to 4 inches down below the hinge. Next, I'm going to go ahead and install these two ball studs. Next, I'm going to go ahead and install these lower brackets for ball studs. Next, I'm going to go ahead and install these two ball studs. Next, I'm going to go ahead and install the shocks. With that looking pretty close, I'm going to go ahead and tighten up these billet mounts. I'm going to go ahead and install this lower portion of the latch. On the bottom side, you will have a steel piece. Next, I'm going to install this upper section of the latch. You take the steel plate with the EMP logo and the two studs from the outside in and mount your plastic on the inside. With that done, you can grab your latch and you can latch the windshield fully closed, slightly open, or you can just let it go and it open all the way for a full vent. Now this windshield comes with this foam strip that you install on the lower section of the window just to help it seal off a little bit better. With that done, all we've got to do is go back around, tighten everything up, and then we're ready to ride.